The story you're about to hear is based on true accounts. Some details have been changed. The bed they gave us. They say when you grow up poor, you don't ask questions, especially when something is given to you for free. I didn't understand that until the bed had arrived. I grew up in a place where the sun never seemed to rest. The kind of heat that presses into your skin and sits there all day. Our town was nothing but dust, wind, and scattered houses that looked like they had been abandoned halfway through construction. Ours was one of them. My father had started building it when I was very young, but money came slowly, and when it did, it also disappeared quickly. So the house stayed unfinished for years, wooden framing exposed to the sky, and a large blue tarp wrapped around the outside like a skin. From far away, it looked more like a tent than a house, but it was home to us. At night, the wind would push against the tarp, and it would breathe in and out, slow and steady. Sometimes I imagined the house was alive. It made the nights feel less lonely. For most of my childhood, we slept on thin mats on the ground. My father had always promised that one day we'd have real beds, a real house, real walls. He meant it. He just didn't have the money. So when someone offered him a bed for free, he didn't hesitate. That was his first mistake. The man who brought it came in an old truck that sounded like it might fall apart before reaching the end of the road. The bed was already in the back, wrapped in a faded sheet. He didn't help unload it. He just stood there watching. My father thanked him again and again, but the man barely spoke. He only said one thing before leaving. Just take it. That was all. The bed was old. The wood was dark and scratched like it had been dragged across the rough ground many times. The mattress sagged in the middle, but to us, it really didn't matter. It was a bed. That night, I slept on it for the first time. And that night, I woke up to breathing. Not my father, not the wind. Slow, heavy, uneven breathing. Like someone whose lungs struggled with every breath. I kept my eyes closed. I didn't want to see who it was. The sound felt close, way too close. Eventually the breathing faded, and I convinced myself it had just been the wind pressing up against the tarp. But the second night, it happened again. This time I heard something else. Dragging, a slow scraping sound across the ground beside the wall. I opened my eyes. The moonlight came through the tarp in a pale blue glow. Everything inside the house looked dim and strange. The tarp wall beside the bed was pushing inward. Not from the wind. Something was leaning against it. From inside the house. A tall shape. An unsteady shape. Like someone trying to stand but unable to hold their weight. Then I saw fingers press into the tarp. Long, thin. They trembled as they slid slowly downward, like weak hands losing their grip. I shut my eyes and didn't open them again until the morning. The sounds continued every night after that. The breathing, the dragging along the wall. Sometimes it felt like whoever or whatever was there. They were like trying to stand upright beside my bed. Then one night, the sounds changed. I woke up to movement under the bed. Soft shifting. At first I thought it was an animal. Then I heard giggling. Children. Quiet laughter and whispers. Tiny hands tapping against the wooden frame beneath me. I didn't dare to look. I didn't want them to know I was awake. The next morning, I told my mother. She didn't laugh. She didn't tell me it was my imagination. She went really quiet and asked me one question. Did someone offer your father the bed, or did he ask for it? That afternoon, she argued with him outside the house. That night, my father slept on the floor. I slept in the bed. And sometime after midnight, I woke up to something touching my forehead. Cold fingers pressed gently but firmly against my skin. I couldn't move. The breathing was right beside my ear now. Slow, wet, and tired. Something leaned over me. I couldn't see it, but I felt it hovering above my face. The fingers slowly dragged across my forehead, down my temple, as if memorizing the shape of my face. Under the bed, the children began laughing again. Louder this time, excited, like they were watching something. The next day, my father took the bed apart and loaded it onto a truck. He didn't explain where it was going. He only said we didn't need it. For weeks after that, everything stopped. No breathing, no laughter, no dragging along the walls. I thought it was over. But months later, I woke up one night and I heard it again. The same dragging sound, right along the wall beside where the bed used to be. Years later, my mother finally told me the truth about the bed. The man who gave it to us hadn't been giving it away. He was actually trying to get rid of it. It belonged to a family in another town. Their young son had been very sick for a super long time. Near the end, he could barely stand. They said he would pull himself up, using the wall beside the bed just to breathe. After he died, the family started hearing things at night. Children laughing under the bed, and an old man breathing beside the wall. They got rid of the bed, just like we did. But sometimes, getting rid of the bed isn't enough, because every once in a while, when the night is quiet and the wind stops moving the tarp, I still hear that slow dragging sound along the wall, and underneath me, very softly, I still hear the children laughing. Thanks for listening. Please like and subscribe for more daily videos.